Welcome back to the Tribute Games podcast for our Post-Pax special.
Indeed, it's good to be back.
Yes.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us, because what you're about to listen to is an audio travelogue of me. I carried around like a digital recorder for all of our trip. I did not record all the time, but I did record some of the time. So as we were getting there and getting the booth ready and stuff like that. And, that is what you'll hear, just now. Justin, do you have something to say to people to prepare their minds as they're about to listen to something?
You're a regular, Hunter H. Thompson.
Yes.
You know, just gonzo style journalism, capturing the madness. Have you listened to any of it since?
Yes, I've edited it.
Did it require a lot of editing?
No, not too much. It sounds good. I think it's pretty listenable. It's a good recorder, and it's a fun recording.
Was it a good? Would you say it's a good representation of what was PAX?
Yeah.
Good.
So here it is, and we'll talk a bit more at you after it.
This is the first entry of the Tribute Game podcast of a clandestine Tribute Games podcast audio journal. Chronicling our travels at PAX 2015. This is Yannick Belzil. I'm a writer at Tribute Games. Around me, there's a lot of people. At my left, there's...
In the usual order.
Yes.
Dumb 2D. I'm a game designer.
Gonna do the whole podcast today.
Yeah, well, we're gonna... To my right, there's Stefan.
Oh, yeah, Stefan.
Yeah,
then-
Justin Sear.
And then there's...
Jean-François Major.
Co-founder, programmer. It's our first... Doctor as well. It is our first day of our trip to PAX. It's 1 a.m. 1:17.
1-7 on the microwave.
Yeah, we are in between time zones, in between the clock and the microwave.
We're live from a hotel room.
We're live from a hotel room in New Hampshire, where everything closes down at midnight, and we had a great adventure. But before that, I like to talk about like what's been happening today, which is pretty much we loaded a truck filled with stuff for PAX, and we drove for a bunch of hours, for 4 hours. We went to customs. It went well. We got...
Not so bad.
Yeah, we were afraid for a bit. And what happened? How did you feel this day, Justin?
This day was a lot of hard labor. Mm-hmm. We lifted heavy stuff. We loaded up the trucks. Oh, man. It doesn't even seem real.
Yeah.
But we're here, and we made it.
In Concord, New Hampshire. Yeah, so a lot of us are pretty tired, but we need to chronicle like a magical event that happened.
Oh, yes.
That's something very sweet, something that makes us believe in dreams and in America. Because we're just rubes from Montreal. We don't know about America, only what we've seen on TV and movies. But what we saw today, like, warmed my heart. Dominic, after all this long road, we were hungry for rest, but we were thirsty for something else.
We were thirsty for even a single beer.
We just wanted the beer, for God's sake.
So we just wanted a beer, and so we started walking throughout Concord, New Hampshire, asking the nice hotel clerks, is there any alcohol around? And nothing. There's nothing around. There's nothing.
There is a bar.
There's
that's
a bar
still open, but
You know,
the bartender was not on our
turned
side.
us back like we were...
An act of treason against Canada.
Yeah, because we're ambassadors. We're video game ambassadors. We're Canadian ambassadors. We're Montreal ambassadors. We're, well, not youth ambassadors, because I'm pretty old now. But so we walk around downtown Concord and try to find something, and
The mean streets of...
the mean street of Concord. And as we eventually go to a convenience store.
and schools.
Yeah, exactly. It's filled with schools.
Classy-looking banks.
Yes, a lot of American
train shop?
architecture. Yes,
And a yo-yo shop.
There's a yo-yo shop.
there's a yo-yo shop and the train shop on the same street, which is pretty great. Yeah, and we go to the convenience store, which is sort of closing or something, and they said they don't sell beer past
11:30.
11:30.
They say no. It's past 11:30. Like there's no way you can get beer anymore.
Yeah, there's absolutely no way. You should go home and drink water because you're not drinking beer tonight, folks. Yeah. So we see a gentleman, and this gentleman says, "Don't worry, guys. You can buy some more beer again at 6 a.m." And we're like,
And we laughed.
we share a laugh.
A laugh of despair.
Just a bit of human
laugh
kindness
of sadness.
and human contact in this less and less cold world. We go outside and we're just really bummed out.
We're just wallowing in our despair.
Yeah, because we just wanted a refreshing beer.
Yeah.
Any kind of beer.
Thirsty despair.
But suddenly,
Any kind, you say?
any kind, like a night,
Archangel
like a dark angel sweeping down
from his van.
from his van
Creepy, but
was the very same man we had met 3 minutes earlier in the convenience store. He sees Dominic's open and friendly face, opens his car door, and says, "What does he say, Dominic?"
He says, "Here, Merry Christmas," and he hands us a 24-ounce Keystone Light can
Beer can.
for us, and he says,
always smooth.
"I don't even want the thing, so you can have it."
It seems like he saw us in the store,
4 hours later.
had pity on us, and stole a beer for us, which is the nicest, most beautiful thing that's ever happened to us.
And now the 5 of us
Are sharing
Are
this
sharing.
tall can and drinking our last gulps of it.
this beautiful angelic juice
Yes.
that is the Keystone Lights.
And after that, we will end this recording. We will sleep the sleep of angels and go to Boston tomorrow to set up our booth.
But this marks the birth of a tradition.
Yes. Now
we will always drink a Keystone Light
The Keystone
can.
Light can.
Shared Keystone Light.
share.
Yeah. To,
Yeah, because you can't drink more than one.
You shouldn't.
You shouldn't drink more than one of that.
So I'll drink to the nice folk.
Yeah,
Of
the
New
nice folks
Hampshire.
of Concord, New Hampshire, and you'll be hearing us in a next audio file. Who knows where we'll be then?
Is this kind of like the audio files you find in like BioShock? Like
Yeah.
we're all gonna be
That's
dead, and this is gonna be
exactly
yours.
what it is.
I hope so.
Live free or die.
Live free or die.
Free or
New Hampshire, the Granite State.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. It's March 5th. It's 8:32 a.m. I'm with my current roommate, Justin Sear,
Good morning.
and we're about to make our way to EJ's restaurant to have breakfast. And then, what's the plan for today? What's the plan for the tribute team today, Justin?
I think we're going to head down to the convention center and set up our kick-ass booth.
So our booth is meant to be pretty kick-ass. There's huge wooden walls painted in black.
Heavy wooden walls.
Huge, heavy wooden walls. Huge, giant arcade cabinets monoliths that are gigantic. As we are still rubbing the sleep from our eyes, it seems like an enormous task, but it's fun to put all that stuff yourself, and it's tiring, but you feel like you've really earned it at the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think Team YJ here, we're pretty good to get up. I don't know how it's going to work with everybody else, but we've got get up and go.
Yeah. So we'll talk in the next installment.
Yeah.
Great morning time podcasting, guys. It is 6 p.m. We are at the Westin Convention Center. And maybe you're hearing in the background the thin of Pax as well as the Curses and Chaos music. Justin, it looks like we're just finishing up our booth. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling very good. This is a very pimp booth. I mean, we've stepped up our game, and not in a small way. This is by far, and I mean, I say that quite objectively, the best booth there is. Would you agree?
I don't like using the word pimp. It's a man that terrorizes women into having sex.
Well,
But
James
I-
Lipton was a pimp.
That's true.
And he was pretty cool.
Yeah, well, you know what? You're right. I'm thinking it all back.
Yeah.
Ugh,
Think of it in terms of Pimp My Ride.
yes. In terms of exhibition, right?
There you go.
So yes, no, we're nearing the end. It looks really, really cool. You will have seen pictures on Twitter, and maybe you'll have visited it ourselves. In the meantime, we are dead tired, so we'll talk at you later on. It's 6:30. The booth just has been assembled. It looks great, and everyone started to play each and every cabinet to test it and make sure that the game was working okay. But then everyone in the office that's here on the trip is continuing playing and are still having fun playing it despite having played it many times, and despite having it tested, now they keep playing it. That's heartwarming and reassuring about the future of the game. So that's pretty much it. We're off to take a team picture and then have a good meal and drink a lot of beer. Dumb. Yannick Belzil from the Tribute Podcast. How do you feel about this brand new booth?
This is pretty effing amazing, if I may say so.
I appreciate your watching your language. You're cleaning up your language. I like to keep it hard G.
There might be kids around.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I'm watching my fucking language. So yeah, we posted a bunch of art. We got a neon sign. We got 2 TVs playing this awesome trailer made by our community manager / writer.
Myself.
Yeah. And we have 3 gigantic machines floating in space because the carpet is
Yes.
a magnificent fluorescent
It's an awesome
space
Jack
carpet.
Kirby-ish space cape. That is pretty great.
Something
And-
the Silver Surfer would definitely walk on.
Yes, you would love it. And at the very least, surf. Also, a lot of people who are also exhibitors are walking around and they seem pretty impressed by the arcades and our booth. So that's a lot of fun. That's really cool.
I'm having fun just watching the reaction of people just walking in front of us in the aisle, and some of them were just saying like, "Oh my god!"
There's swear words, there are double takes.
Yep.
That's what you want out of it. So
I think we're in good shape for tomorrow.
yeah, I'm looking forward to it. But right now, I'm looking forward to tonight.
Tonight? What is tonight? Aren't we just going to bed and be in top shape tomorrow?
For sure, but we'll have drinks.
Drinks?
And I think we'll have a bit of food too, because I'm looking forward to that.
I like that idea. Yannick.
Because it's 6:30 and our last meal was at 10 or something, so looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Well, that's the sweet PAX adrenaline. So that's the end of that segment. You'll hear other people in the next segment.
And we'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, hopefully. Justin, PAX is ending. How are you feeling?
Oddly well.
Yeah?
I mean, we've had a few fallen brothers, have we not? It's been a slog, as was expected, but we made it. Yes, the booth has been 6 people playing for 3 days straight. I can only look at that as a success.
For sure. Gene, do you have any opinions on that? How was PAX for you, Gene?
It was awesome, and everybody was very, supportive, positive about our game. So the team was awesome as well. Amazing that you guys, got over the challenge of transporting 3 big machines.
The 3 big machines that nearly killed us.
Yes. So now the next part of the adventure is taking the whole thing down tomorrow and getting back in time in Montreal before the docking closes at our building,
Yes.
which is 6 o'clock. We'll keep you updated on that.
We also have to make it back before the ghosts,
Yes. The custom ghost gets us.
Le Bonhomme Setter.
Exactly. The bone
Boogeyman.
setter. The boogeyman. The bone setter.
So we have a few real deadlines. How are you feeling, Yannick?
I just coughed. I think the flu is finally winning me over. But I am feeling real well. People are really positive about the game. Lots of kids are into the game, which pleases me. Seeing kids and young people into pixel art always feels like a small victory. It's encouraging, and people are reacting well to it. They're loving the arcades. I think we can say that all the effort was worth it so far, unless the booth collapses on us. All the effort was worth it so far.
Yep. So, I don't know. Any last thoughts?
It'll be the end of that segment.
Deal.
So, I'd like to ask you, like, a couple of weeks removed, like, what did you think of PAX, Justin?
It really was cool. It was a lot of work, and we got through it. That's as best as I can say about the whole thing that was PAX this year.
And then now that we're back at work, like, what are you working on, like?
Okay, well, Curses and Chaos is what we showed at the floor. It's sort of our flagship title for the moment, and now we're in the home stretch. We're very, very close to content complete. We're not really adding any more features. We're not adding any more things, just the tail end of it. And then once that's done, it's a very exciting time because now you can sort of tweak and polish without the fear of things being added that, you know, complicates things even further. So we're in the final stretch, folks.
And when is it, when do we aim to release it? I mean, I think it's early summer.
Yeah, I think we've been saying if we could pinpoint it to a month, June, but you didn't hear that here, folks. It's looking like an early summer release, and if all goes well, probably June, but, you know, that could change as well. What was your impression of PAX?
I liked it a lot. I mean, you might have heard in the previous, travelogue, like everyone was a slightly under the weather at different levels of being under the weather, and so that's something that happened because you get all those people, like 10,000 of people in even if it's a big space, like I guess the viruses overflow. So it was really nice to show off the game to people because it was a much simpler game to show off than Mercenary Kings.
Yep.
So you had to do much less coaching people through the game, so it was really basic, just show the buttons. People were so thrilled about the arcade, like that it really caught people's attention and imaginations, and that was great. In fact, the whole booth was like that, our crazy cosmic rug, the big walls with the art and the cutouts of Leo and Leia. It was were really cool. So
The neon sign?
The neon sign.
You could see it from everywhere.
Yeah. You could see the booth from quite far thanks to that neon sign. So
Yeah.
we were really happy with it, and it was a pain to bring all that in, build it, but and bring it back here and putting all of that back on the wall, putting back all of this in.
You're a little PTSD'd, aren't you?
I'm just remembering I'm getting tired and exhausted from it.
Like, just to describe it, like it's well chronicled in our Twitter, but the weight of these machines, they were easily hundreds of pounds each. And we had to physically get them on and off these trucks. And there's just things you just can't know. Like, we were just a few inches short of meeting the docks. So, you know, who would think of this stuff? And then because of that, we didn't have access to the loading docks. We had to physically lift up and over, out, and then carry them to the floor and back.
We learned a lot about logistics this year.
Yeah.
Getting organized and building a team and making sure everything's worked okay.
But, you know, it was cool too because, I mean, Curses is a smaller production than was Mercenary Kings. And because we've really got the one thing going right now.
It did get the much bigger booth than Mercenary Kings ever did, though.
Well, yeah, that's for sure. But it's what also kind of allowed us to, you know, put that much more time and effort into the booth itself. So it does pose a problem for next year, though, because we seem to be outdoing ourselves in a big way. So I think people are going to expect something big next year.
Probably not.
Maybe not.
I think we should rent out a gas station next time.
Yeah.
An old-timey gas station.
People have short attention spans,
Yeah,
right?
they won't remember.
They don't.
Just paint it another color. It's going to be great.
If it's not in GIF form, who remembers anything?
Exactly. So it seems like a good point to end.
No, there's more to say.
What is there to say, Justin?
Well, how about this? How about the cool people we met at PAX?
A lot of cool people we did meet at PAX. We hung out a bit with the people from Axe Studios who were really great folks. But you guys hanging out with more people than I did at PAX.
Well, we circled back at the booth at the end of every day just to see like who was hanging around, what's up, and stuff like that. So day 2, we got to hang out with the Yacht Club folks. Class acts again. These people are super cool. And then on the last day, we got to hang out with Jules Watson of Renegade Kid fame.
Yes.
And that was fun. I think that was probably like a highlight this year because it was after the show was done. You're a bit more relaxed. You have a feeling of accomplishment because it's behind you and we were just having a beer. There was something else I remember. This wasn't related to the show per se, but I think it was on Saturday. Did you see that like lineup that went for miles and it wasn't even in the convention center? Did you see that at all?
No, I did not.
Okay, so when you walked to the convention center on Saturday, there was like this lineup that stretched for like many city blocks. Like it was insane. And then you look, it's like, these are all like young teen girls with their moms. And it's like, is this related to the show? It seems weird that something would coincide. Turns out a bunch of like, young kids that just have a YouTube channel for Minecraft.
Those Minecraft heartthrobs.
That's
strike again.
That I mean, I remember seeing something similar a few years back in Toronto where it was like the Jonas Brothers had come to town and just swarms of girls. But that's where we're at.
Did you know that one of the Jonas Brothers is not actually a brother, but their father, who just looks real young?
What?
Yeah.
Does he play Minecraft?
I don't know. I think he plays Abacus because he's really, really old. He just looks young.
Well, if they want to get relevant again, I guess they have
Jebediah Jonas.
Jeb Jonas, eh?
Yes.
Yeah, well, if he wants to get relevant again, he's got to get on the Minecraft.
Yes, on the old craft.
Yeah. So, yeah, that blew my mind. It was probably like, I don't know how many thousands of people were in that line, but it was, undeniable.
Man, imagine telling yourself that as a kid that they're going to be like video game heartthrobs,
right? That
play like essentially on TV,
right? Like, you know what I mean? Are these the people that made the game? Nope. What do they do? They just play it, and they're that successful.
Did you ever see what those guys do? Maybe do they do like push-ups or something while they play it?
Credit where credit's due. I should actually check out the channel to see what all the fuss is about, but
maybe they do like really impressive pull-ups and they're ripped.
I don't know. Maybe. You'd have to hope.
Yeah.
But besides that, I don't know. Boston was good. And it's fun. It's we come back and I think the worst is behind us. Weather-wise, too, it's getting nice. And
Justin, it is time to end this podcast. So where can we find you on the internet this week?
Always Justin_Sear, CYR on Twitter. I got a Tumblr, too. And it's Justin Paul Sear.
You can find this lovely company, Tribute Games, at Tribute Games on Twitter and on Facebook. And on the internet in general, we're rolling out Curses and Chaos official site very soon. Look out for that. And you can find me, Yannick Belzil, on Twitter as well, where I talk about silly stuff. So check that out. And so that's it for this week. Thanks for listening, and we'll talk at you next week.
See ya.